rush is on. The U.S. Postal Service expected to deliver 15 billion pieces of mail this holiday season, 158 billion pieces for the whole year, but it's still on track to lose nearly $5 billion this year. Meantime, Britain has privatized its Royal Mail service, and look at this. The stock is skyrocketing since it went public just over a couple of months ago. So, Steve, should we do the same here?
Oh, absolutely, David. It's not just Britain. Numerous other countries have done it as well. And the post office actually has some real assets. They have a real estate. They have an overfunded pension fund. They've made some great strides in efficiencies. And if Congress got it out of the way and was truly privatized, they'd do great things. And as for universal service, UPS and FedEx now reach virtually every mailing address in this country. And if you have a really remote area, then you could do the equivalent of a village store post office, or the local store can provide essential postal services as well.
And, Rick, this agency just keeps losing money more and more year after year.
Yeah, I agree that it's certainly out of step with the times, but I don't think we're ready quite yet to do it. Too many remote places that would have a problem. However, there are things in development. There's a company called Zoombox, which I've seen, that really can replace what the post office is doing. We're just not quite there yet.
Well, Mike, here is why. We got a specific reason why the post office is losing so much of its money. 80% of its operating expenses goes to salaries and benefits. 80%, that's twice what FedEx pays. The fact is that it's another typical bureaucracy where it just keeps getting loaded and loaded more and more with bureaucracy.
Yeah, it's also its work rules, David, are very outdated. And as far as remote areas having to pay more, well, you know what? That seems fair to me because, you know, out in Wyoming and other places like that, they pay a lot less for their homes and for their land. So, you know, this would kind of equal everything out.
Yeah. Well, and Emac, I know that we don't like following the British. Of course, Margaret Thatcher wasn't a bad leader, but have they shown us the way here? Should we privatize the same way they did?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. The United Kingdom is smaller than the size of Oregon, right. So you know what? You understand that point.
It's not a perfect example for us, but they're doing well.
But you know what? Here's the deal: get the government out of the way of the U.S. Post Office. Even the post office is saying we want to open up shops, storefronts in shopping malls or in drugstores. Right. You know, and also you're right about the union costs for the benefits. That's a big thing. But I'll tell you something: they are privatizing in Europe, Canada, Asia, New Zealand, Japan. It seems like a worldwide phenomenon.
So, Sabrina, let's do what they're doing.
Yeah, I have to agree. And one of the problems, of course, is that the post office has tried to trim personnel and cut back on hours, but they're limited in their ability to modernize based on Congress. So, unfortunately, unlike the private marketplace, where if you fail to adapt, you're going to go out of business, we just have this company that's sort of sputtering along, or this institution. So, and we should either get government out of the way, or so that they can do what they want to do.
Steve, quickly, aren't politics in favor of doing this? Isn't it something that both sides of the aisle could agree on?
The only way it's going to happen, David, is because of these horrendous losses, and there are positive ways to do it. It's going to cost money, but that's what happens when you get the government out of the way, and it's well worth the price. Again, they have an overfunded pension fund, so they got some wherewithal to make these adjustments relatively painlessly for most people.
Let's try it. $5 billion a year, we'd say. There's a specific example of how to save money. Coming up, our informers.